My name is Sandy Baird. I'm an attorney who's practiced law in the state of Vermont since 1977. I'm also a citizen activist who's been very active in the feminist movements of particularly the second wave, when the right to an abortion was one of the main controversial issues that was being discussed at that time. In 1972, there was a Supreme Court case here in Vermont that decided that abortion should be the right of every pregnant woman to obtain in the state of Vermont, and that it never should be criminalized. Second, in 1973, was the decision of Roe v. Wade, which was the federal court and the U.S. Supreme Court, that decided essentially that because of the 14th Amendment, women had the right to make medical, moral decisions in the privacy of their own conscience without the interference of the state. Where did that idea come from? Well, if you examine the arguments that were made in the U.S. Supreme Court at that time by a very young attorney by the name of Sarah Weddington, what she argued that in accordance with the 14th Amendment passed by the United States in 1868, that was the 14th Amendment. This is the wording of the 14th Amendment, that all persons born in the United States have the right to be equally protected by the laws of the United States. That is very carefully worded. All persons born. Therefore, the rights of women have always been protected under the 14th Amendment. The counter-argument to that is that somehow the United States Constitution protects life. The Constitution does not protect life. What the Constitution protects are the rights of persons who are born here or who reside here, to equal protection of the laws of the United States. Women are born persons. They therefore have equal rights with men to make moral and medical decisions in their own conscience, free of the interference of the state. That was decided, that was the argument for Roe v. Wade. However, the United States Supreme Court, in an unprecedented movement, overturned the precedent of Roe v. Wade. That means that women no longer have the right to make moral and medical decisions in their own conscience. After all, women are moral agents. Shouldn't they be trusted to make these very important decisions in their own conscience, free of interference from the state, just as men have the same right to do that? In other words, it has been completely overturned, which leaves us in the curious state of having women's control of their pregnancies dictated to them by the state and by the politicians who rule us.